switch to the live scene, and then I'll play the audio.
That's right.
I have people skills.
Okay, but you're helping me with this.
Right.
Excuse me.
Good.
Oops.
Oh, it was just a nightmare.
This is Help Desk Nightmares.
Oh, I do feel
This
bad.
podcast takes a look at the interactions help desk and support techs have on a regular basis and the nightmares we encounter. Hey, Cody.
Episode 84.
Nope. That's not
5,
right. Also, we
6.
have a special guest today.
tell
Who
if
do
you're
you
being
think it
serious.
is?
No, you're not being
You
serious.
can see the Twitch stream, right? Are you looking at it?
Yeah, I just see you and me. Oh. What? No way.
I put a text placeholder for our special guest name. Special guest name. Who's our special
Holy
guest?
moly. There's no way.
I don't have a camera. I don't have a second camera to put on him.
Why did we spend
Do you
so
wanna
much
say
time
anything?
getting- no
Our
offense,
special
Mr.
guest
Knock
is
Knock.
AJ.
Why did we
Hello.
try to get Mr. Knock? No offense, Mr. Hanakna. Again, we love you, but AJ's this mythical creature that doesn't actually exist.
You've been to our house.
Yeah, but I've never met him.
You've never met me?
No. Holy moly! Can AJ not be on the podcast today? No offense, but I feel like Dave needs to experience this as well.
No, too late.
Okay. Well, I'm really glad I'm sweaty and in a hot
He
room.
can't see you. He's on the
Oh,
opposite
good.
side of this table.
I don't want this to be, his first impression of me.
I think he's probably seen you before.
Yeah, and I do listen to the
Um,
podcast sometimes.
Oh.
Oh.
I was a little more afraid, like, you were, like, upstairs when we were recording and
Sometimes.
keeping an eye on us.
Keeping an eye. Creep.
Hey, we used to podcast at your place.
Yeah, Cody, what are you drinking today?
What is it called? White Claw?
Ew.
Off-brand White Claw?
Off-brand?
Yeah, it's Detroit
Oh,
White
it's
Claw.
not off-brand. Atwater
Yeah,
is
it
their
is.
own brewery.
Yeah, that doesn't make it good.
What?
It's off-brand for sure.
It's not off-brand.
It tastes very,
It's a brand. It's not like Meyer brand.
Oh.
Meyer is its own brand. I think you have a very poor understanding of.
No, that's
By the way,
generic.
was AJ there this entire time while you're?
He was.
trying to Wow.
He sure was. And you
And
were
then-
like, we should get Mr. Hanakana. And then we tried to get him. I was like, I guess we could have 4 people. That's fine.
Yeah, and then what about the whole scenario where you're like, I can't share my screen right now on this gosh darn desktop? Was that a lie?
What do you mean? I didn't
You
say I
weren't
couldn't share
sharing
my
your
screen.
You said you're not sharing your screen in Skype, so I can't see anything.
Oh no, I was saying I can't show you Reaper on this screen because the OBS and Skype computer is different than the Reaper
I just feel
computer.
like I would have noticed the very, very small A and J. I didn't even make
It's
it
the
large
same
for
size
it. I
as
feel
yours.
bad.
It's just
Like it's as you progress in your career on this podcast, AJ is going to get bigger and bigger until your face eventually appears.
Is that better? Oh, he'll see it in 10 seconds.
Yeah, hold on, it's still there. Hold on. Oh, there it goes. It grew a little, so it's just
Hey.
going to grow throughout this podcast episode, not the actual series.
Yep. Oh,
Oh,
I gotta
man,
pull
I
up
feel-
Twitch because I can't see what Mr. Hanakna is saying. Whose magical voice is that? This. Oh,
Can you? Oh, yeah.
Oh,
you should probably
yeah.
Respond to him.
what? I'm messaging him in Twitch.
Oh.
So, yeah. So we have 3 patrons total. One already got a shout out and only gets 1 because it's a support level patron. So fuck you. And then one is Cody, who says his name is Cayman on the podcast. But
Yeah.
on Drunken Arcanauts and Halfway to Thundertown, they keep saying Cody K,
Do you think
and
they'd
it's
be
definitely
very
Cody
upset
T.
if I stopped patronizing them
because they
they're
say
not
Cody K.
saying my name properly. And then did you refer to yourself as a Canadian at some point? Because they're like,
No.
oh, hold on, Chad.
Oh, Chad
Yeah.
just
Chad's
is
like,
always
Oh, I
confused.
think that's our Canadian friend on Help Desk Nightmares. I'm like, what?
Yeah, he gets so drunk and or high. The joke is he doesn't know. I mean, it's not a joke. He may not actually know where we're from, but he thinks it's Chicago. Sometimes he says Detroit, and they tell him it's wrong, and it's Chicago. And now he said it's Canada for some reason.
I thought he was combining us into a single being.
AJ, what did
You're
you do
just-
this week? That's exciting.
I did
I'm so
not
glad
expect to be
there's
put
a
on the
delay.
spot.
Yeah, we always talk about what we did this week.
What you did this week?
Yeah.
Um,
Usually I make Cody go first, but he never remembers what he did in the past 7 days.
well, I feel like I have that same problem.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm
no
What
longer
did you
alone.
do? I don't
You're
know
in
what
the
you did.
minority now, Mark.
Here's your day off today. It's not
Yeah.
your normal day off.
The problem is I got too high yesterday night, so then all day today I've been quite out of it.
It's legal in Michigan, everyone.
It is. That's pretty exciting. I can't wait to try it one day.
You never have?
No,
Why does it have to be one day?
because I don't know if I'm ready for it, Mark.
Your mother. You could just easily get some from your mother.
I have some in this house right now. We have multiple different sources for it, but that doesn't mean I'm going to just do it. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to go way too hard with it.
Oh, yeah,
And
because
I'm
it
gonna be
helps Lori.
Gone from work for a week straight.
Yeah. Well, I don't know
I'll
about
make
that.
some- I'll
I
make some
think
mac and
it takes
cheese
a
with
little
it.
bit. I think it usually takes a little bit for your cannabinoid receptors to get up to speed. Like you could get super high the first time, but probably not.
Yeah, sometimes nothing happens.
Yeah.
What? I got to start.
Because there's
working on
receptors in your brain,
now a
cannabinoid
good
receptors.
time to
If
do
you've not
this?
done it, so if you do it a lot, then it doesn't take very long. Like you can do one hit, and then it's like, oh, it's real good. You
So
don't
what
have
if
to
I
do a
try-
whole bowl or something to get high.
What if I do all of the different methods? What if I do?
Not at the same time, please. You'll die.
Well, oh, well, I'll die.
You
I don't
won't
know if
die,
you'll
but you'll
die.
think you're
I
dying.
was gonna say, didn't they say it's super safe and I won't die? I
Who
can't
said it's
overdose
super
on this
safe?
stuff.
No, people definitely can get sick.
No, they can't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they can't
it's
make
like
you
anything.
sick.
Yes, it
That's
can.
not toxic.
I didn't
No.
say that. I didn't say. I don't mean doing too much of it or doing all of them at once will make you sick. People are definitely getting sick.
I'm also severely
Like they're smoking
asthmatic,
too much
so-
or they're doing
Yeah,
too many
my
edibles. I
lungs-
just read some articles that people in, I think it's the UK right now, they're like, oh, what's happening? And people are getting sick. Like flu-like symptoms.
Really?
And like stomach flu, not actual flu. Like
Mm.
vomiting or
I would bet
But
that
are
has
you-
more to do with the production method.
maybe.
I was gonna say, like, are you sure it's not just the fact that it's smoke inside there, or were they saying that with vaping and all that other cool stuff, like edibles, yummy things?
Cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome. CedarSinai.org. Heavy
You're really
marijuana
making me
use
not
linked to
wanna
rare
try this
vomiting
ever.
illness. So that's the rare vomiting illness.
Huh? It's rare. though.
CHS, a mysterious syndrome that makes marijuana users violently, and that's all I can see. On Business Insider.
That's
a
gotta
thing.
be. It's gotta be an insane amount. I don't think you'll get there, Cody. It's- 'cause
Mm,
typically-
you haven't met my mother.
It makes you want to eat. So I feel like I was way too high last night, and I wasn't anywhere near nauseated.
See, I was asking Lori yesterday if
Who's that?
because we've been drinking. Yep, thanks a lot. Um, because we've been drinking a lot on the weekends. I'm like, man, would smoking pot be a better option for me?
Yes.
Like, would I lose weight by completely cutting out alcohol
No.
and just smoking?
By cutting out alcohol, yes.
But
Because
by
it's empty
replacing it with
calories.
copious amounts of pot, probably not.
Pot isn't caloric unless you're eating it in something sugary. It
Yes.
may, some people want to eat, because I don't
I was
think that
gonna
it's,
say,
it
AJ
doesn't
just
cause,
said that it made him
it
really
doesn't
hungry,
cause
right?
munchies, but it like lowers your inhibition so you don't care if you're eating too much.
What?
Like normally you might monitor yourself and like, I'm not going to eat this giant bowl of ice cream or something,
yeah.
but
Yeah, and
you
you
don't
know-
have the inhibition because it's turned off.
It doesn't really. I didn't feel more hungry than normal, but it makes food more enjoyable to eat. So you don't want to stop because it's so pleasurable.
Yeah.
So what happens when I don't even have those inhibitions when I'm sober? Like, am I just
Well-
gonna eat things that I don't normally eat? Like, look at this broccoli; it's delicious.
Doubt it. I doubt it.
Cody
Cody-
turns into a pothead and drops 25 pounds instantly.
That would
Yeah.
be a
Try
dream
my
come
new
true.
diet.
Cody, didn't you say one time that you wanted to watch a show with AJ and then you got too chicken to ask him?
What show was it? I
Stranger
don't remember.
Things?
Yeah, because yeah.
Well,
because I
there you
figured
go.
AJ wouldn't have an opportunity to watch it with anyone since you're like, this is dumb.
Yeah, I don't like it.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there we go. We're gonna have to watch it together.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
He
I
already
already
watched it.
I'm really sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
He's
I
a bad
watched it
person.
The first day it came out. Okay. I again, no inhibitions without marijuana. So who
Did
knows
you
what's
say,
gonna
Cody,
happen.
that you watched The Boys, or was that Dave?
I did. After Dave recommended it, I
Oh.
watched The Boys.
We've been watching it. It's pretty dark.
What did you think of it?
Yeah. It was. I enjoyed it. It was one of those frustrating shows, though. Like
I
I
received
don't
it.
know. I couldn't watch. What is it? Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's Tale. Because you
Yeah.
don't have
Yeah.
Hulu, is that why?
No, I do have Hulu. Trust me.
Oh, fancy.
I supply Hulu for most of my family.
That one's
but,
labeled Cody
um,
Fancy Laugh.
Sometimes there are certain parts in shows that make me feel so uncomfortable that I have a hard time watching it because then it makes me think really awful things like why am I in this world and all that stuff. So it's
Yeah.
like why I can't watch Black.
Why am I in
Mirror.
this world
I can't watch
based
Black
off of The
Mirror.
Boys?
Yeah. Well, it's
Mirror.
just because of that. It's like the first or second episode where it's like a semi-realistic sexual harassment scene.
Yeah.
Like, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Black Mirror.
Yeah, Black Mirror was scary. Makes me think things.
Cody says mirror instead of mirror.
Some of those episodes are really dark. That one's more hit or miss. I agree with you on Handmaid's Tale. Like I haven't started it because it just seems too grim.
Oh, here's a thing that I did. I trimmed down my beard real short and just had mustache, and no one except for my barber said anything for an entire day yesterday. Nobody said anything today either.
Wait, are you trying? Wait, no, you
So it's
didn't
like-
shave your beard off.
No, I trimmed it down. I
Oh,
said
I was like, did it grow that much
shaved it down.
overnight?
No.
Because that is insane.
Anyway, so that was funny.
Yeah.
Nobody mentioned it. That's fine.
I have the face of a 12-year-old boy. It grows one sprout of hair every week, so
Oh,
I
good.
can never grow a beard. I've
That's
tried, and it looks like I've been patched together.
Is that what you
Um,
did this week? Tried to grow a beard? Doesn't your brother have facial hair? Or he does not. Did I
no,
make that up?
But you've never seen my brother?
Yeah, I have. I went to your wedding for like 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, for like more like 3.5 minutes. Okay, no, but you were there. That was very. I appreciated that. I don't think he does. He's got
Oh,
one of those like chin things.
oh,
I
a
think.
chin
I haven't seen
strap
him in a
beard.
while. Like
I hate that.
he's getting ready to have a baby, and I don't know if he's alive.
Ooh, he's gonna have a baby.
Yeah, he's actually. They
Isn't
figured out
that-
a way to make him pregnant.
Isn't there a movie that Arnold Schwarzenegger has a baby? What's that called?
Yeah.
Mrs.
Twins.
Doubtfire.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was not in Mrs. Doubtfire. He was in Twins though, with Danny
DeVito.
DeVito. Was it Danny DeVito or Joe Pesci? I get him confused.
No,
What?
it had to be Danny DeVito.
Well, you never know. Who could say?
Are they? Do they look similar?
I mean, they're both tiny little gremlin guys. So
That's not.
I only
They
thought there
are.
was one tiny little gremlin guy. So I
no,
didn't
Joe
realize.
Pesci. Did you ever see Home Alone?
Yeah.
The
I
tiny
think
little
as a
guy who's
child.
like, eh.
Oh
and
my
he's the
gosh,
bad guy.
Who's the Penguin in Batman?
Danny
Danny
DeVito.
DeVito was.
Okay,
But they're
because that was
basically the
pretty
same
much
person.
Penguin's noise.
Yeah. So we have our two Mark's Friend level patrons, Fate Kamen, who is Cody, and Austin, who is Mr. Hanakna. Dave is not able to be with us tonight, and we're not going to say why, personal reasons. But so we tried to get Mr. Hanakna on, and the whole time we were doing that, Cody did not know AJ was sitting here just next to a microphone. I was like, let's surprise
Yeah.
Cody when the podcast starts. So we tried to get Mr. Hanakna, but he's not set up yet. But his is coming because he's a Mark's Friend level patron. So we talk in the Discord chat all the time. Cody does not. He must not have the app on his phone.
No, I stalk on Discord. I have it. I get every single message at work, but for some reason it doesn't block inbound messages, but it blocks outbound. Really, dog? Really?
Gypsy. She's a little corgi. She must want to get out of the room or something because Cody walked away. Anyway, so we have those. There are Mark's Friend level patron, and Mr. Hanakna will be on an episode at some point in the near future. Just a mere $7 a month to get you that. Oh, so that was peaked the audio. Anyway, so last week we recorded on Tuesday. I edited and uploaded on Wednesday. So if you are a patron at any level, then you get the audio whenever I get to upload it. It'll at least be by Friday, but I had it on Wednesday last week. That was pretty good. And you can do, Cody, did you do the RSS feed?
No, I don't.
There's
do
a special
the
RSS feed that you can just put into Pocket Casts. You don't listen to ours though, but if Drunken Arcanauts or Halfway to Thundertown did that, then you could just put it in Pocket Casts and get their special Patreon feed early. But
I'm more excited about the bonus episode.
Did you watch it yet?
I watched it right after you uploaded it, and it wasn't fully rendered, so it
Oh,
kept lagging. So I have
that's
to watch
funny.
it again. I got about 3 minutes in, and it took about 20 minutes to get there.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we
Um,
did. I did.
oh.
So it was
Oh.
not. Why are you saying oh?
Because that's not a good mental health thing for me to listen to.
Why not?
It's recreating our workday.
Oh yeah. So on this recent one, it's not what I'm going to do every time, but on this recent bonus video, I did. You'll have to. I don't want to say it because I don't want to get in trouble.
I know.
But
it's
if you
tough.
pay $7 a month, you can see it. If you happen to work with us and I see that you're a patron, I'm gonna pull that down and put something else up.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, we talk about our support tickets. I talk about our support tickets.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I just read them. I read our support tickets from the past week. I don't say who it is,
so
but
stressful.
so there you go.
Cool.
Don't tell the boss.
Nope.
I imagine they're pretty generic. You couldn't identify anything about your company.
I think the people who were on it could, but they don't generally listen. So
Yeah, I was gonna say the
There's
the
like
people who
two
actually
people
sent
that do
tickets in,
listen.
they would know. They'd be
Yeah.
like, "What? Fire him!
what?
What?
Where's
It'd be like-
the
Gremlin noise.
There's a fire. Anyway, so do
Man.
that. You can do the patron thing. Right
Really
now,
could've given-
7 of it is Cody, but we get $13 a month for our Patreon.
Has
So-
it even charged out yet?
What do you mean? It does at the beginning of the month. So I did for August. We'll do it for
So no
September.
way. I got like a month free.
Well, so you can set it up. We didn't set it up. None of the Halfway Network people set it up that it can charge you right then and then the first of the month. We just set it to the first of the month. So it can charge the
Oh, wow.
patrons whenever they sign up. So if you sign up on August 31st, it's going to charge you August 31st $7 and September 1st $7. We didn't set it up like that. So you get it free until the first of the month, basically.
Mooching. Off the
It's already
podcast
charged
episode.
yours. I got dollars that I pulled over to PayPal and paid,
Nice.
paid some of the
All $6.30 or something.
stuff. Yeah.
That's
It'll be
amazing.
$13 this time because we have
Man.
3 patrons.
What are you gonna buy with all that money?
I don't know.
A shirt with sleeves?
Yeah. You stupid idiot.
I don't have muscles to show off, so it's a little different for me. This
Oh.
I really wish you would have told me that AJ was gonna be here because this shirt
He can't even
It's
see you
so
right now.
it's soaked. No, I know, but
I
Mr.
gotta turn it
Hanakna
'cause
can,
it's
and
got
I'm always
quiz
worried
game.
about him.
Well, there's one viewer. I don't know if it's Mr. Enoch now because he hasn't said anything recently.
It may be me.
He's
He
probably
put a little
playing
monkey
some
face
Discord
on.
games now.
He put a monkey O face on there. You don't play Discord games.
What?
He is offline. Oh my gosh. So he came on to say hi, and he's like, "See ya, fools."
Sucker.
Yeah. Once he realized
He
AJ
probably
was
has
there,
work to
we
do.
No longer needed him.
Yeah. I don't know what you said. So here's the thing that we're going to do. We're still going to do it now that there's 2 of you. So we're going to do our wait, don't tell me kind of game. And I have a new intro. What is that? Let's see. Where did it go?
Ready to brew.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was terrifying. Was that Danny
Ready to
DeVito?
brew. No, I don't know who that was. So I'm going to read Cody these first 4 questions, and Cody's going to try to answer them with what I'm looking for. And I have only 4 for each of you. I don't have a tiebreaker, so hopefully somebody gets one right. Cody,
Hold
as
on.
people... No, there's no hold on.
This music is great.
Yep.
Where's the
As people like me strive ever harder to minutely quantify every action they take, the sensors to monitor those actions are growing lighter and less invasive. 2 prototype sensors from crosstown rivals Stanford and Berkeley provide a wealth of physiological data. They monitor your sweat and pulse. What are they? What are the sensors?
You're breaking up really bad. I can't hear you.
That's not true.
Gosh darn it. Just give me a second, okay? I don't know.
No.
Smartwatch
Flexible
sensors.
stick-on sensors.
What do you?
That's the
This is
answer?
news. Yeah, this is tech news from this week.
Oh my gosh.
This
flexible
company
stick-on
lands.
sensors.
Shut up. This company lands a permit to test its server autonomous delivery robots in San Francisco. The permit covers a designated area of a number of blocks in and around Potrero Hill and the Intermission, but this company can begin testing up to 3 autonomous delivery robots at once at speeds of up to 3 miles per hour. Cody, what company is this?
It has to be Amazon.
No.
Postmates. A
What the
nationwide...
heck? What is Postmates?
Their delivery. A nationwide computer outage for this agency caused gigantic lines at airports this week. Processing international travelers became a help desk nightmare for JFK, LAX, SFO, PHL, O'Hare, Midway, SeaTac, and other airports, all confirming delays. What was the agency who had a massive nationwide computer outage?
TSA.
Mm,
NSA.
no.
No.
SA.
Customs and Border Protection. Last one, Cody. For more than a year, a company called Corellion has been offering this to hackers. Now a Silicon Valley giant is suing Corellion on copyright charges for making a software duplicate of a very popular item. What is the duplicate of?
Apple operating system.
Sort of.
That's right.
The iPhone. So Cody gets
Oh,
one.
I thought it was like exact duplicates of the OS. So
Sure.
I read that wrong. Well, look at that. I got one right.
Cody got one. I don't have enough of that audio, so I might have to put some more
Oh, yeah,
in the background.
beautiful music stopped.
But
Ready to brew.
This
it
is
saying
for
ready to
AJ.
brew?
Yep, ready to brew.
Okay.
YouTube is making a change to this policy, which may result in an increased number of blocked videos in the shorter term, but overall a healthier ecosystem in the longer term. Previously, certain companies could monetize someone else's video that contained very short or unintentional uses of their material. What policy is being changed?
Something related to copyright?
Yes, copyright
What the
enforcement.
heck? Okay.
You can buy these. You can rent these. And you can pick one up off a crowded street. Dropbox, however, had to evacuate its headquarters this week when this caught fire.
I got it.
What is it?
Scooters. E-scooter.
Yep. No point for AJ. 1-1 though so far. Electric
1-2,
scooter.
okay,
This is a
whatever.
precursor to a true soft skeleton. The latest robotic exoskeleton is so low profile you could wear it around the house. Designed by researchers at Harvard's Weiss Institute, the exosuit isn't for heavy lifting or combating xenomorphs, but simply walking and running a bit more easily. What article of clothing is this robo exoskeleton?
I think I got it.
What is it?
Is it a tail?
No.
It is too.
Nope. Robo shorts.
No, there was a Robo Tail that
shorts.
was released this week too.
Robo shorts. Amazon decided to sell this item to promote the marvelous Mrs. Maisel so cheap that police had to intervene. The online retailer partnered with local Santa Monica businesses to roll back prices on several items to what they would have cost in 1959 when the show is set. What was
That's
the item that got the police involved?
I have no clue.
No.
Cody, any guess?
Alcohol?
Gasoline prices were 30 cents a gallon, and other items included hotel rooms, movie tickets, milkshakes, and more. Gasoline for 30 cents a gallon.
Why? Who thought that was going to work out?
Amazon.
Okay? 30 cents? They didn't think that was going to be a stampede?
They had to stop it for about a week, and they got it back up and running with some way
could
to
buy-
keep the line short so that
You
it
can buy
didn't make things-
gasoline
for 30
from
cents a gallon.
Amazon?
Yeah, I mean, it was at, I don't remember, Chevron gas stations, I think, in
Oh,
Santa
okay.
Monica.
I
but
was like,
they
this
partnered.
is new.
Yeah, they got the
just
companies
bring
involved.
You gas, pour it into your tank for you.
like they subsidized it basically
Gotcha.
so that it costs 30 cents a gallon.
My
So
wife
1 to
is really
1.
excited for
No.
Maisel.
Well, I think you should modify this game so that there's like a option to steal.
No, I don't like that.
Then
Yeah.
it would be 3 to 1. Or
Mark
yeah,
doesn't
3
like
to 1.
being fair or giving me any opportunity to win. So
How long has this game been going on?
3 weeks.
3 weeks? Okay.
it's an.
The first one ended in a 1-1 tie. The second one ended in a 1-0. Dave lost, and then you guys just 1-1 tied.
Yeah.
You guys got to
Yeah,
read your
you know
tech
what?
news. This is all tech questions.
Ooh. Yeah. And I thought I had it with the tail.
So,
Well, I
What
want to
article
Google
of
that now.
clothing? I'm like, tail.
So some company released a tail though, you're saying?
Yeah, there's RoboTail or
That's
something.
fake
Yeah,
news.
RoboTail for humans. It helps their balance that they wear in homes. It's
Fake
for old
news.
people.
Can you lean on it? Is it like a kickstand?
I don't really know. I didn't watch too much of the video to be honest because it looked really creepy.
cool. So here's what our topic is.
Oh.
Okay.
You can try to guess by after I read it. Reddit
Okay.
user The Skullcracker 4 days ago wrote this.
Guy.
A bit of context, I work for a company that provides software for clinical trials and pharmaceuticals. This means we have some pretty strict regulations, and it also means we don't get to upgrade our tools without massive levels of overhead. This translates to using workarounds or subpar programs because they're already validated. Story time. There was a quality assurance manager with all sorts of letters after her name that proclaimed herself as a, quote, software expert. You all know the type, takes every cert possible, no practical knowledge at all, aka good on paper. At the time, she was using an Excel spreadsheet to handle tracking some data/issues. One of her poor staff entered new information in, and she couldn't see it. I get rung to investigate why the Excel file isn't updated. I show up, and the poor woman is getting screamed at by her alphabet manager, so many letters after her name, about how she messed this up, and the wrong information was reported to the VP of Quality, who then reported the wrong information to the executive team. Uh-oh. The analyst looks at me and tells me it's there, and she entered it. I look, verify, and ask what the problem is. Alphabet lady tells me it's not, and there may be, quote, latency in the refresh of the network files. I look on her computer, and sure enough, it's not there. I ask the analyst if she saved. She confirms. Okay, next step, ask her to do it again just in case. She does. I ask Alphabet Soup Lady to reopen the Excel document. She rolls her eyes, spews some nonsense, and does. Sure enough, the new info isn't there. We start to check. Show me the file you're opening. She goes to a shortcut on her desktop.
Oh, no.
File names match, however I catch the problem. The self-proclaimed software expert had copied the original Excel file to her desktop and then made a shortcut to it on her desktop. She decided to tell me someone must have deleted the original shortcut and replaced it. Ticket was closed with a note that the software expert didn't understand how shortcuts work.
About 1 in probably 50 CDs that we get in from a number of different sources, they end up just burning the shortcut from their desktop to the CD, and you double click it and it says like cannot access server 92161 / then their desktop name / and then their username / and then their documents folder /. I'm like, this is insane, but people do it.
This is insane.
Because especially if you test it on the local machine that it was made from too, everyone would probably think it works. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
So toasty.
You should have a basement like we do.
Yeah. Okay, Mark. I'm not rolling in money.
No.
No, I'm not. Thanks, Dave. It was really nice of you. Thanks for the reminder.
So sometimes there are issues with shortcuts. We don't necessarily do too many shortcuts, but we have issues where users will accidentally drag an entire folder somewhere else. And then like we have names in our file shares. So everybody's name, they have their own shared folder. One time we had an issue where people were saving in a shared folder that everyone can see their personal private information, like their pay stubs that have their social security number and the amount that they're paid and their tax information on it. And so that's always fun.
Yep. I've seen tax returns.
Somebody asked
W-2s.
if we can lock down those shared folders. I said they're shared folders. We're not doing that. So then we didn't do that, because that's not what shared folders are for, and we told everybody don't put personal stuff where everybody can see it. They probably still do it. And then, but then maybe once every week, every other week, somebody moves someone else's folder into some other folder. We have to go try to find it. So that's pretty fun.
One's always fun. Another one of my favorites is that in our CRM, it's really easy to attach the wrong folder, and I've seen people attach our entire network to a client's file. Like they'll just go to our shared drive and just click it, and it saves everything that's in that drive, makes a copy of it, and attaches it to that client's file. I feel like that happens way more often than we catch, because then the team member's like, oh crap, I'll delete it. They delete it, and it's actually still there. So
yeah.
So is that a huge security breach?
No, it's not
local.
a security breach at all.
Yeah, it's a local database. It just duplicates the data.
Oh.
So if there's 100 gigabytes of data and they attach it again, now there's 200 gigabytes of data.
Yes.
And however many times that happens, we just have the same copy over and over and over of all the data.
Mm-hmm.
So that's expensive to back up. Yeah.
That's right.
You like that?
Mm-hmm. Sure do. How much do you want to see the sweat on my arm?
No.
Okay.
I received it.
It's like Dave's here.
I know, that's the only two things he ever says.
So this week was about shortcuts. It's pretty short. I feel like most of the time.
That's pretty witty, Mark. Good job. Creative.
I feel like most of the time what we talk about is bullshit and nonsense and not the topic, and then also the games.
That's true. I have been putting some serious thought into chubby people eating cheese, and I'm almost there, Mark. I'm almost there.
Do you have a intro music? Do you have a jingle?
No, not. I'm almost there. Okay, you don't have to know the details. You just need to know that I bought Lactaid. I've been trying
Are you
lactate out to see if it would
lactose
help me.
intolerant?
I think so. I don't know. I figured lactate will tell me if I'm so I just chew lactate every couple hours and I'm good.
That's not what.
Are you eating
That's not
cheese
right.
every couple hours?
Yeah. Aren't you?
You don't have to
I probably
eat-
ate half a pound of cheese today, and I
Oh
feel
my god.
great.
Is
other
lactate
than
pills?
sweat.
It also is pills because I know that when I was little, I don't think I was lactose intolerant, but I don't know. I remember drinking the lactate milk, and it does not taste the same. It's gross. Now we drink
Yeah.
lactose-free milk, but it's different technology. They do it better now. It's not like lactate. I will never drink that. It was like chalky and gross.
It's
You
the
don't do-
same technology.
No, ultra filtered. Ultra filtered. Ever heard of it?
No, that's
That's
not,
what gets the lactose out.
the good
Lactose-free.
the good milk from Costco. Maybe this is a chubby people eating cheese topic more than this podcast, but the
AJ can
lactose
be your first guess.
the lactose-free milk from Costco is using the same enzyme to break down.
No.
Fake
Oh my
news.
It's
God.
the same enzyme that lactate uses. It would not make milk chalky.
Fake news.
Yeah, the ones I have are chewable because that's all that Meyer had at the time, and it's really conflicting because it's vanilla flavored. So right before I
Ew.
eat like a cheeseburger, I eat a vanilla flavored tablet. It's awful.
So see, that's
No.
why you need weed. Because
Yeah,
if
I
you
had-
smoked weed, you'd be thrilled with that experience.
And then you would say
Yeah,
this.
like, this is amazing.
Got a blast.
I can't wait to see how I am when I'm high.
You'll probably just be chill.
I figure I'll just go to sleep.
Probably. Unless you fight it. If you fight it, then it's a good time after that. You can go to sleep, though. So,
So it's like, what is that sleep drug that if you fight it?
ambient.
Yeah.
Then you're racist, like
Ambien.
like Roseanne. Remember
Oh,
that?
Gosh.
She was racist
No.
on Twitter, and she was like, "Oh, it was my Ambien. Too bad your show's canceled anyway."
So what should I be using, Ambien or marijuana?
Not Ambien. Ambien's messed up.
Breaking news.
This is Cody said that one time, so now it says
Breaking news.
Can you hit it a bunch? What
Break-
happens if you?
Break-
Oh, it's struggling. Like if I was about to have a seizure or something.
I'd have to have multiple on here, and then I could hit a bunch in a row. Otherwise,
Oh.
it stops it when I hit it. Okay, so this August 16th of what year? AJ and Cody will both get to guess. Microsoft introduces Internet Explorer, which at the time was a
Oh,
modified version
no.
of Spyglass Mosaic, which Microsoft had licensed. Later, when Microsoft began including Internet Explorer for free with Windows, Spyglass sued Microsoft for not paying what they felt were proper royalties. Microsoft settled for $8 million. What year was Internet Explorer introduced? Cody, you want to go first?
I can go first. I'm gonna say 95.
AJ, do you want to guess?
That's what my guess was going to be 94.
Ooh.
That's right.
95 is correct.
Good
Good job, Cody. Hey.
The only reason I did it was because Windows 95. I figured that maybe it was
You
like
thought
a
that was the first
coinciding
one. You could have guessed 98.
with- Oh, I could.
Would you have guessed the year ME?
Did we? No. ugh. Did we ever do
Millennium
an
Edition?
episode on Internet Explorer? Because I feel like we have enough stories about that.
I don't know. That can be in 2 weeks
Yes.
because
Why?
next week I
Whoa.
already have a topic.
Oh. You
Send an
scared me.
email to the email so I remember.
Do you guys think Internet Explorer was the first browser you used to get on the internet?
I think
Ooh,
I used
no.
Netscape.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
I can still remember the Netscape icon.
Yeah.
there were so many different plain Jane browsers back then.
Plain
I
Jane.
feel like Internet Explorer was probably great when it first came out, and then it quickly got surpassed by everything else.
Yeah. That's funny.
But it's exciting.
Breaking news.
We're required to use
Ba- ba-
Internet
ba- break-
Explorer in our
ba- ba- ba-
office
break-
now.
You guys can't use Chrome?
For one specific use case, we have to use it, but we're not doing that. So,
Ooh,
what year
better.
did Dell laptops catch fire? August 14th of this year. Dell and
Every
Sony
year.
admit that flaws in Sony manufactured batteries used in certain Dell laptops could result in the batteries overheating, catching fire, or exploding. They recall over 4.1 million batteries, the largest computer-related recall in history. This came after several widely publicized reports in the preceding months where Dell laptops did catch fire. Still to this day, Dell's reputation has never fully recovered from the incident. What year were all Dell laptops catching fire? AJ, you want to guess first?
Thank gosh.
Oh,
I
man.
don't even
Since
know where
Cody
to
guessed first
start.
last time.
Let's say 2011.
Cody?
I'm gonna say 2008.
So close, yet such a nerd.
You're both over.
Oh.
You both
do we
get to guess
I
again.
don't remember.
You're both over. So it's closest without going over. Price is Right rules. So 2008 and 2011 are over. AJ, what's your second guess?
2004.
Cody?
1998.
So close, yet
correct.
such a nerd.
The correct answer is 2006. So AJ gets a point. Hey!
Hey, good job. I really don't know if I agree with that article saying that like their reputation was tarnished. I had no idea that they're flammable.
Yeah,
And
that
our
didn't stick
entire
with me at
office
all.
is
Are
filled
you
with
buying a
those.
Samsung Note?
That one stuck with people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that was
one
more
actually-
recent.
That one really did.
This one was 13 years ago.
But I think that one stuck because everyone pictured it downing planes.
Maybe. I don't get to play the one that Cody hates anymore. The one where he shouts, "Stop it, stop
know.
it."
Did you like get copyright?
No,
Strike?
we just don't do that game anymore. Now I do the wait, don't tell me game that I stole
so
from them.
glad. So glad.
Yahoo Answers user Anonymous will call. Jigglypuff asks,
What? You don't know Pokemon?
"Can I fax things without a fax machine? I just need to fax a paper giving permission to my old doctor to release my records to my new doctor. Just why can't you take it there? I don't live close to that area anymore, so I can't drive up there to hand it in, and I don't have access to a fax machine."
Yes. You can. There's so many internet-based.
Yeah, I feel like
fax
there's so many
machines.
free fax machines you can use,
mean,
like
I'm
one for
pretty
one
sure-
paper.
Yeah, all the fax machines that are online though that are free probably just keep a copy of whatever you fax out.
But it's gonna be your name and a paper to your doctor.
Yeah.
What are they
saying,
gonna use that
"Hey,
for?"
Here are my medical records, my social security number, how much I make, and my banking history.
And also, you don't have to send it to your doctor. You can sign something. Your new doctor can send it. That's what you should do. Yeah. That's
Depends on
what
how
clients in
tech-savvy.
certain industries do. That we don't talk about what ours is, but clients in certain industries, they'll have their new company send it to us instead of them faxing it to us. Their new company will do that. So
I really
it's
just
definitely a thing to do.
Yeah, I think it depends on how tech savvy the place is. We've had 2 instances in the past week where we sent something to a place via cloud storage, and they said, "I don't know how to work this. Send me something physical." And then we had another instance where someone sent us a bunch of files, and they
Use some kind of malware.
yeah, it was
software.
insane. They used something like computeroptimize.com, and they downloaded some software and then turned a PDF into 4 different PDFs that you can only unlock using this PC Optimizer 10% discount crazy thing. So Mark said, "Don't download that." So I did.
Yeah. That would have been bad news.
Bad news.
Yahoo
please.
Answers user Anonymous, who will call Florence, and the machine asks, "How long does a pair of headphones last you?"
It depends.
On what?
A number of things. Like it really depends on the quality of the headphones, the material they're made from. My headphones, my little like white off-brand Apple EarPod. I don't remember what the
AirPods
corded
are
ones
what the
were.
real ones are called.
Yeah, they were like $6.50 because that's how you talk about money. They've lasted me like 4 years.
Oh,
But if you have a dog like Taco, how long do your earbuds last? Mark?
Yeah, that's
not
a really
very
good point.
long.
Yeah.
Well, they said headphones, so they didn't say specifically earbuds, but now my Apple AirPods are in a little case, and Taco can never get to them.
Hopefully.
I feel like Taco's gonna find a way to open that little case up and put them.
No,
in
I
his
always
Taco
carry it
could
with
swallow that case.
me. Yeah, I always
Yeah.
carry it with me because they're very expensive. AJ's holding a pair of headphones.
Because have you ever used these ones on the podcast? They're down here.
They're not the best at keeping the sound away from the microphone.
Oh yeah, so they're not. But the
Like
sound
the
quality.
sound comes out from
These
it.
are-
You can hear what anyone else is hearing. Like the earbud I wear, or the headset I wear at work. You can sometimes, if it's loud enough, hear the podcast that I'm listening to. Like those ones are like that.
Sometimes, Mark.
Yeah.
Well, what I was gonna say is that we have this pair. This Sennheiser pair is more than a decade old, and it's still fine.
Yeah.
So
It's
it works.
aight.
I feel like the ear pads on it were pretty beat up, but other than that, it worked.
Yeah.
Tough
I
Mark.
received it.
Yahoo Answers user Hammer asks,
Ooh, the hammer or hammer?
just Hammer. Cell phone turned off, battery removed. In TV crime shows, they often say, cell phone turned off, battery removed. How do police know if a cell phone battery has been removed?
Because you can't ping it or do anything with it. It has no electricity running through it, and they can't connect to it. They assume the battery's removed. It could have been that it was turned off and it literally just ran out of battery. My phone does that every day.
The idea is supposed to
Track me,
be
police.
that if the battery's in it, it's still sending, and it's charged a little bit, it's still sending enough electrical signal that the GPS within it or the SIM card can be traced. So that's the idea of taking the battery out. I don't know if that actually works. Just don't do
I
any
feel like it has
crimes.
to.
Don't do any crimes. That's what you should do.
I don't think it's going to hold enough power to ping for the popo.
Ping.
Ping.
No.
Yahoo Answers user Ann, but it's not a name. It's the article Ann asks, should I speaking of AirPods, should I return my AirPods? I bought AirPods a couple days ago. I'm 17 and I have a job, but IDK if I really want to spend that much for a pair of earbuds that don't have a wire. Like, yes, I think they're great, but IDK if my bank account thinks they're great. The two biggest downsides are that they need to be charged unlike regular earbuds and that they're $150 and I just need input from people who have them and what you think. Also, after a while, does the battery life of them go down and loose charge quicker? That was all one sentence.
Loose charge.
Yep. Cody does not
Mark,
have AirPods.
Yeah, this is all you. To each
AJ
their
and I
own.
both do.
I personally believe they're along the lines of like Beats by Dre, in that it is a status symbol, which is perfectly fine.
Sort of.
But
There is
they
one
work-
thing.
They do work well. But
Yeah, the thing that's different about them is because Apple's ecosystem is closed, they make everything and they make it real hard for anybody to develop apps. Because their ecosystem's closed and not just anyone can design stuff that works perfectly with an iPhone, they have whatever Bluetooth technology, whatever pairing technology that they're employing now. It just when you pull them out of the case and put it in your ear, it's instantly connected and you can start listening. Instead of my other Bluetooth headphones with Android or the iPhone, it'll take 10, 15 seconds and it says phone 1 connected. Even the thing at work, the headset at work is like phone 1 connected. Okay, well, I've been standing here and I need to take this phone call and now it's too late because they hung up or whatever. So these just pair immediately with the iPhone as opposed to anything else that I've ever used that's Bluetooth. If you just have a headset that's plugged in, but I don't, like iPhone and Android now don't even have that. You can't easily plug something in without a dongle. So that's the one thing that's good about them. The sound is fine, but they pair automatically and immediately. You don't have to go to pairing mode. It's an easier pairing initially with the phone that you're on.
Because the two of you just purchased like one set, and then each of you gets one little earbud.
Ew. No.
You wouldn't share.
They paired together, so they paired to each device to one
okay.
device.
Bummer. I could have saved 50%.
And when you pull them out, some of the other earbuds that I've used, not the cheap ones from China, but some of the other ones, when you pull one out, it pauses and then you put it back in and it starts playing out immediately. So that's pretty cool too. Other stuff has that technology, but it's along the same lines of expense, $150, $100.
I've seen a lot of knockoffs too, where they're just slightly longer, and it looks kind of awkward. Like instead of it being an inch, it's like 2 inches, so it's a little bit on your cheek, but people still think they're really
on
cool
your
with
cheek,
it.
you say?
Mm-hmm. They're booty cheek.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yahoo Answers user Anonymous will call Lolita asks.
Oh.
What's that?
I didn't like that name. What can I expect after accidentally dropping my flash drive in the toilet with urine/water for about 1 minute?
Nothing. Just plug it back in. It's gonna stink.
My nephew dropped flash drive into toilet and took it out, then proceeded to wash it with water. I'm worried it's damaged.
No, I've washed so many flash drives in my lifetime. I've washed keys, like key fobs, nothing like that. Just let it dry. Give it a couple weeks to dry off. But if it had pee on it, good luck. Like when it heats up, it's gonna smell a little more, and everyone's gonna be like, "Whoa, man, did you pee your pants?" And you'd be like, "Yes, own it, own it."
I think that because it's flash storage and there's not moving parts, if you had dropped like a hard drive,
It's filled up with
like
water.
spinning metal magnetic discs, then that would be ruined. But because it's flash storage and there's not moving parts, it's probably okay. But it is gross.
Yeah,
And it costs probably like $5. So copy your data
iPhones-
to a new one and throw that away. That's what I
Are
would do.
iPhones now waterproof? I can't remember. Like
Water resistant. I don't know
is
if
it a
they're completely
difference?
waterproof. It's like up to a certain depth for a certain amount of time, so that's not waterproof.
And I wonder if it changes.
If you can't leave it in there
it's
for 10 days and everything is fine, then it's not waterproof.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I say. What do you say, AJ?
So interchangeably, like a USB drive or a thumb drive is a flash drive.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know
Yeah.
how expensive this thing was that this person's talking about.
Yeah, it's probably $10.
Yeah, I
Max.
mean, they're really not that expensive these days, unless they go onto eBay and try to buy like a $40 10 terabyte one that's actually fake.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
It's as much as they will spend.
User Talkbeer1421 asks,
Ooh.
I have a 220 volt outlet in my apartment.
Nice.
Can I plug in 110 volts or 115 volt AC into it?
Nah, not without an adapter. It's like a completely different plug. It's really wonky. It looks completely foreign to anything you'll ever use.
Yeah, you'll see that. I mean, just looking at what you have in your hand versus what's in the wall, a 220 is weird shaped. It looks like stuff from Europe. You won't be able to just plug it right in, and that's how you'll
220
know what your answer is.
Yeah, that plug is likely there for either an electric dryer or an electric stove.
Yep.
Or oven.
I have both of those things.
Ooh, nice.
Hey, my electric bill's pretty expensive, but
Mm.
Also, we never turn stuff off.
Yeah.
That's probably part of it.
True.
and I run the
That's what I
AC because
heard.
it's very
always nice
hot
and cool.
upstairs. Very hot. Yahoo Answers user William asks, there is no sound on the computer. Cody had this problem earlier.
Yeah, I did. Is there any more details?
Nope, that's all.
Oh. Well, there's not much we can do for you, friend.
Buy speakers.
Do you have some audio output device plugged into your computer? Because desktops, unless they have a little speaker inside them, don't naturally just make noises by themselves. You have to plug something into the
Some of them
audio
do.
out-
Our
Yeah,
Optiplexes
our
will just
desktop,
from the
yeah.
tower themselves for some
but
reason. It's weird.
off.
Yeah, it's weird and very quiet.
Yeah, and tinny.
Tinny.
Yeah, you don't have to just restart your computer.
We had a so we switched to this new VoIP system, and even though I spent 3 hours of my day training, people still are very confused on what to do, and frequently do the thing, like they'll ask me a thing that I spent 30 minutes for each group training them on, and specifically telling them what to do. One of them is, I don't know, like people are used to inappropriately talking on speakerphone on their desk phone, and some people have decided they should play the audio from this VoIP system on their desktop through their computer speakers. And then they're surprised when they don't have a computer microphone. Everybody's got a headset, a USB headset. If you change it to your computer speakers as the playback, there's usually not a microphone connected to that default recording device. So there's no way that they can, and they're like, nobody can hear me. I can't make phone calls. Sometimes people like to accuse me of sabotaging them intentionally
Oh my gosh.
and making it so that they can't work.
AJ laughs because he's like, it's so believable. Though.
And that they were not, some people have said that they were not trained adequately. Multiple people have said this, even
yeah.
though they sat in on a 30-minute training that I did 6 times in a row. So everyone was trained exactly the same. And no one else had these. 95% of the offices not have these issues, but somehow they were not adequately trained. So that's pretty fun.
Different employees have different training needs and learning styles.
Yeah, they sure
Oh,
do.
don't
That's
tell
why
that
we
to
have
Mark.
that's why we have video trainings. We didn't do one for this because there's no point. Even since we started using this software, things have already changed. So there's no point in doing a video like every month. Here's the new things. Here's a different way that you have to do this now. And then we did in-person training, and there's documentation they can use. We do multiple different ways, and people still complain that they have not been adequately trained when we specifically spend time training them, and that I'm sabotaging them on purpose so that they can't do their job. It's very irritating. Right, Cody?
So it gets more frustrating for me because I know what Mark trained on. I was in one of his trainings, and I assume every other training was just like that. And I'm typically the nice guy of the two of us, trying to be generous to these people and like, oh, I understand why you don't understand this. I've simply started saying, didn't Mark train you on this? And then they say, oh, no. And I'm like, I know he did.
Because Cody sat in on the training.
Yeah, I was like, I was there. You were not paying attention. We did. Someone got very upset today that Mark doesn't know about and started blowing up because they couldn't figure out why their cell phone was ringing, but their desktop wasn't. And they were not happy about it. And that's one person I can't tell them to just refer back to Mark's training. So.
Oh, that person can refer to exactly what I told that person when I installed a physical desk phone. If it's one of the several people who demanded a physical desk phone,
Wow.
and I told them exactly what would happen, that it does not connect to your computer, and one or the other will ring.
I don't think the listeners need to know all this.
No, there's multiple people who have this
whoever
issue.
that person is, this is our venting segment.
Oh,
It only
okay.
lasts about
Multiple
45
people have
seconds.
said the same thing. After I gave them a desk phone that they demanded and told them this will not work with your software. That's the downside of having this. They demanded it anyway, and then they're like, "Why doesn't this work with my desktop computer?" And I told you that.
Yeah, it gets the frustration Mark has right now is the frustration we feel every day, 8 hours a day. It's awful.
Yeah, Yahoo Answers user Anonymous, who will call Timothy, asks, "Is internet free if I buy my own router and modem?"
No, sorry. That would be really cool if it was. Maybe in European
kicking my
countries, but
computer.
not here in the U.S. You're going to be paying a lot of money.
No,
for that
European
stuff.
countries are not. I don't know if their internet's better. Everyone that I watch on YouTube that's in Europe is like, "Oh, it takes forever to upload this video." So their internet
Yeah.
seems like it's not as good, and they still don't widely have 4G over there. Their cell phone speeds are still like 3G speeds. Everybody's got an iPhone, but it's still slow speeds. Everybody complains about that too. Like, come on, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm a little taken aback because in the Twitch stream, I don't know if this guest.
My taco
Aspen
is
log.
healthy.
Yeah, I don't know if they mean an actual taco or your dog, or if it's a euphemism for something. And you exclaiming that your taco is healthy probably doesn't help the situation.
Taco is healthy.
That could be a little button that I push
Somebody
one day.
whispered. What does that mean?
What do you mean whispered? That means someone private messaged you.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, that's weird.
What kind of private
I don't
messages
know
are you
anything
getting?
about Twitch.
Yeah, okay. He's probably talking about his healthy taco.
It's just nope. It's just a private message that says, "Thanks for the chat, guys. I'll tune in again sometime. Keep up the good content."
Aw,
A weird
thanks.
smiley face emoji.
Thanks, Aspenlog.
Why
I
is
don't
it?
know
It
if that was
wasn't. It
Aspenlog.
was not Aspenlog. It was somebody else.
What the heck? This
What?
is weird. It's like once AJ comes on, we become
No.
famous. So, wow.
Got a blast.
No one. Okay. Let's continue.
What was Gotta Blasted in reference to? Do you guys remember?
Cody's probably. Oh wait, do I still
Not
have
taking
that one?
Lactaid.
But I can't get it up.
Cody said that.
And then I said, "Got a blast."
Do ladies work here?
I did not
Got a
say that.
blast.
You did say got a blast.
I like saying "Got a blast." That's what I say when I like. Instead of saying goodbye to people, I just say "Got a blast."
You were so naughty.
Oh, okay. So it's like I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got a
That
blast.
Or like it depends on where I am. Like if I'm in the bedroom, "Got a blast" means something way different.
Oh, what does it mean?
I just yell "Got a blast."
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, kinky.
You like
Yeah.
that?
And then we thank each other and go to sleep in separate bedrooms.
Oh, you
Weirdo.
thank each other?
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
That's not sweet. That's weird. That's so weird. Anyway, so now is the time of the show where we say, Cody, what do you fuck with this week?
Oh,
Oh
he
man.
just told us.
Oh. Nothing?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I didn't get that. It went over my head for a second, but it just caught on.
You're not
Um,
into anything?
No, I put batteries in my Hulk.
Oh.
So look at he lights up now. It makes me seem like a child. But oh no, I gotta turn his butt on. Yeah, don't. Yeah.
You know
that's
he's
me.
real far away from the microphone and no one can
I
hear it,
voiced
right?
him.
I could hear
Oh
it.
no, it's okay. Just AJ can hear it.
He
and
said
that's
you're
all that
making me
matters.
angry.
He's on the side of the microphone that you normally try to talk into.
I don't even know if this is correct right now.
It is. It sounds
I'm
normal.
slathered in salty liquid, so
You like
that's
that?
what I mess with right now.
Oh.
Yes, no, that's not what I. Sweat.
Oh, kinky.
You were so
A little
naughty.
delayed, but it's okay.
I did thought you like that. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Does anyone else want to talk about things?
No.
Well, what do you fuck with, Mark?
Oh.
Aw.
We've been watching The Boys.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember now.
That's pretty good.
What do you remember?
You know what's
I
gonna
remember what I
be?
messed with.
You know what's gonna be so easy this week? Cody's gonna get me his audio, and there's not gonna be that much editing I have to do. Because the other one is just recorded right on this computer. I don't have to try to sync it and piece it together. So that's going to be nice. Nice.
That's super awesome.
Last week, we talked about how if I say something to Cody, like, I built an entire website and finished it this week, Cody will only say, nice.
And have you noticed what I've been doing is ignoring your messages now? Anywhere where I'm going to say nice or awesome, I just blatantly ignore it.
Doesn't say anything. Yeah, I'll say important things that he'll just not respond. Like,
yeah, like,
oh, wow.
I got this up and running. And I'm like, if I put nice or that's awesome or good job, or I'll do a hashtag rockstar to be like, thank you for doing this.
Uh-huh.
He talks about in the show about how dumb it is. So
No, it's only when you say nice.
nice.
Because I said important things, like I built a website in 1 week's time. I duplicated our entire website, or I got all of our social media accounts from the other company that had started them.
So let
and
me
all
ask
he'll
AJ
say is
then,
nice.
Who's he's a pretty impartial source here.
Yeah.
What is the proper response to Mark talking about all of his successes in life? Like, do I just say good for you?
I would say, he's working with 2 different therapists right now.
Yeah.
So hopefully all this stuff will feel easier in a couple months. Maybe he'll be a little more
Now
appreciative.
Cody's face is real giant on our screen.
Oh, did it? It hasn't done this in a while.
What's that? Oh no.
Getting
Wait.
giant on the screen.
How do I do? I
Oh,
can't
it
share
has not
screen
caught up. I don't
because
get to see the giant face screen.
you're full
Anyways,
screen, so I
mess
can't
with-
show the full screen.
Just binged some sci-fi show that came out on Netflix called Another Life.
Oh.
That feels vaguely familiar to me. Is there like
Yeah.
a whole nother Earth? A whole nother, sorry.
Oh, wow! It's lovely to have someone here who makes the same mistakes as I do, and then you apologize because you know Mark's about to shut you down.
I had to get out ahead
Are
of
you
it.
looking at my shared screen or just the Twitch chat? I could see myself in your glasses.
Just the Twitch. You can see.
Just
I
yourself.
don't understand.
What do you
Oh,
mean?
my face is big because of this. Okay, but yeah, Another Life. It's not necessarily. I would have assumed that it was another Earth, but it's not really by any means.
Oh, it's in
I don't
space.
really
Yeah,
know
I
what
watched
ending.
that. I watched that with Matthew. It
Oh,
was
yeah?
not, it was not very good.
Yeah, it's rated very poorly. It's got like a 40% on IMDb, so
What percent would you give it?
like a 55.
Oh, that's pretty high. That's higher
Well,
than average.
It was worth watching. I binged it. I felt an obligation.
Worth
to
watching
finish it
seems
up.
like a bit generous, in my opinion. I would say it was something to watch.
Yes, that's like
Or
Friends.
my favorite
Friends
review
is
that
awesome.
Mark sometimes gives things a review by saying, that was the best they could do at that time.
Yes. Mark, do we want to talk about your reaction to my webpage I developed?
Uh-oh. I didn't hear this reaction.
So no, Cody we're creating landing pages because we're like we talked about last time. Cody and I'm dealing with the website, and Cody
He's dealing
and
with
I are
all the
dealing with
creative.
all the marketing. I don't know anything about AdWords. I might buy a $10 like here's how you do AdWords on one of those websites. Is like learn everything websites.
Yeah,
sure.
So I might do that. I don't know. Who knows? Because I don't really want to run it anyway. So Cody's dealing with the AdWords part and like that side, but we have to deal with the marketing stuff. I'm dealing with the blogs and the social media and the website. And Cody, I created a landing page. I don't really know how to do that, but I did just some page that like the ad will go to, and they click a form and they can submit their information. Cody created one, and it was a black background and white text, and like some of it was highlighted green, like a green background of the white text. It was real weird and terrible.
Why is that terrible? You were so excited about dark mode on your beta for your iPhone. He basically made a dark mode website.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that's true.
Cody.
So
yeah,
my
so
goal-
then I was like, okay, well, what other websites look like this? Because I didn't like it. It was terrible. So then we went to the other websites, landing pages that are similar to what we're trying to do. None of them had a black background with white text.
I was okay. My goal was to make something that an older person would be able to easily read while saving battery on their phones.
Unless they have an OLED screen, it's not going to save battery. This is still forcing the light through. There's a backlight still.
Don't Cricket phones have OLED screens on them?
Jitterbugs.
Yeah, jitterbug.
Yep.
Yeah, but Mark's reaction to the website, it was right after he came back from the building. First thing he does is stop by, and he's like, "Oh, so how's this going? The website and stuff." And I show him, and he just starts laughing.
Oh.
I'm used to it, and that's what I explained to him. Like, listen, I spent 3 hours. I don't know if I actually said how long I spent working on it. He'd be ashamed of me. I did spend 3 hours working on the website, and I probably made something that a 7-year-old could have made.
You spent 3 hours on that?
This is my life, AJ. I mean, it's your life, too.
It's my life too. I live with this. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I'll show you the website that I made. It did not take 3 hours.
No, okay.
Yeah. No, it was
I
an
wish that I
experience.
had the one that Cody was doing.
This is a black background.
No, it's not. This is white. This is not supposed to pop up automatically.
Oh.
I gotta fix that.
So
There you go. It's very simple, except all of this was black, and this stuff was white. This stuff it was white text, and it was highlighted like green, a weird green
It was
color.
like a teal. Okay,
So I
like-
basically duplicated it. I just made it look better.
Yes.
Is all.
So
I
he put
duplicated
the-
what Cody did. All of his text and stuff is the same.
He beautified
This
it.
is not clickable. It should be. So we just have
it's
some work to
clickable
do.
on mobile. That makes sense, though.
So I had to
Oh, man.
recreate this because we had to create a second account to make a landing page. How AdWords works is real boring. So we're not going to talk about that.
Thank you for not talking about AdWords. I'm like, I'm sweating in every.
I
spot
was
I
hoping that
sweat,
you think
so-
I was going to do it, but no one said anything. So I had to say the joke myself.
It's okay.
Ooh, did I send you that screenshot?
What screenshot?
I sent in the chat a picture of yourself.
Oh, I don't actually look at the chat in Skype because who uses chat in Skype?
We do frequently.
Dang.
Oh,
look
dang.
at Look at that sweat. You don't know, but the dark spots on this red shirt are all sweat.
Gross.
Yeah, it is gross. Okay, Mark. Let's figure out what AJ messes
So
with.
Aspen Log, though, just speaking of Aspen Log, says it was good stopping by. Nice guys. I feel like you're halfway there. Got a blast. So I feel like I
That's
don't
someone
know
you
if they're
No, they
an
could've just
insider
been
person
listening for the
or
past
just because it
20
says
minutes.
Halfway Network on the back of our thing. Maybe. Anyway,
Well, I'm
AJ,
gonna
what are you
creep-
into this week?
gonna
Cody
creep
likes
on
to say mess with. He doesn't like to say swears.
Yeah.
I don't-
This
Those are offensive.
has felt pretty family friendly until we got to this point.
Fuck
of the show.
shit. Bitch.
Usually there's more.
Is there?
There's more naughty stuff that goes on.
Yeah.
You were so naughty.
Who were you saying that to? Were you saying that to Mark?
I don't know.
There's another one.
Naughty.
Oh,
How
you
many
say it
times
a
did I
lot.
say naughty in how many episodes?
At least twice.
Yep. Okay, so what does AJ mess with?
I mess with oh gosh, that's a tough question. You know, I'm really excited about like this cheese podcast. What is the actual theme going to be? Are you guys going to be talking
Oh
about
yeah,
cheese?
chubby people eating cheese. What is it?
Okay, so I'm a strong believer in that I'm not going to be able to make a podcast just about cheese. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a podcast about something else
Okay.
while we eat cheese. But
Oh,
it'll
okay.
work. It'll work. I got to find I tried to invite my wife to the podcast and she took major offense to that
Oh.
because it's called Chubby People.
Oh.
So that's not good, but it's okay. It's okay. Chubby People Eating Cheese will be live January 1st, 2020. I'm going to record about 83 episodes before it goes live, and Mark's going to edit them all. So it'll be a good
I
time.
could.
But it is going to be me eating Lactaid,
I'll be the J.
different kinds of cheese every single
I'll be the
episode.
J of this side of the Halfway Network.
Yeah, you could be. I feel so bad for Jay. Kudos to him, and I think he's one of the reasons that they're not saying Cayman for that supporter. He's like, Cody's dumb.
Yeah.
So something else Mark does a really good job of is anytime Jay says something mean about me, he'll screenshot it and send it over to me. and be like
Speaking of,
I don't even remember. He hasn't done that in a while, but
in 24 days, I will be in Idaho
Oh yeah.
oh dang,
with
AJ,
all
you
those
going?
fools.
I'm not going.
Hmm.
I don't
That's
know
okay.
what I would do in Idaho.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like it's out in the middle of nowhere.
It does. I'm
Um,
pretty sure it is.
Well,
You'd
so
eat
there's a
potatoes.
city. I won't say what it is. There's a city that exists in 2 states. There's probably lots of them like that.
Yeah.
But this city exists in 2 states, and that's one of the cities that they're in. So
Hmm.
that's pretty fun. So Washington is right there. And isn't Idaho shaped weird? Like it's like woo, with a
Oh,
funnel, and then it
yeah.
gets big at the bottom, like a normal state.
Look like a normal state. Are we
Yeah.
a normal state?
Yeah.
We're
Well, ours
shaped
is shaped like a
mitten,
mitten,
okay?
but it's at least like shaped like something, not like a weird funnel.
We're the only state that's split into 2 separate portions.
Yeah.
Well, except I guess Hawaii is multiple
I was
islands.
gonna say Hawaii and
Yeah.
Oh,
Hawaii.
and Florida, the Florida Keys, I guess.
yeah, I was gonna say anything with like little islands off of it. I don't know, but
Yeah,
we're,
but
like,
those are
the biggest-
islands.
We're the coolest state.
Yeah.
We've got the coolest shape. Everyone else is like squares and rectangles.
Squares.
I like some of those really, like, is Delaware a nice, neat little square? I love those little tiny states that I don't know the names of on the East Coast.
You don't know the names of states?
I don't remember all of them, but there's
No,
some
I
that
don't even know where Delaware is. I'm trying to find it. Sorry.
it is not a nice
Delaware is
little
like
square.
a triangle.
Well, what's a
It's
little
like an
square?
isosceles.
New Hampshire. What are the other little ones by Delaware?
So it goes Maine.
New Hampshire
holy
looks
moly.
almost exactly the same.
Doggone it, I made it up.
Rhode Island.
There's no cute little square states.
That's a square, kind of rectangle.
Man,
West Virginia's pretty wonky. Like it looks like maybe.
Yeah,
it's
it's
got
like,
some
where's
kind of
East Virginia?
disease.
Am I right?
I have a friend that drove through West Virginia once that called me from there from inside a bathroom. And she was very stressed out. And she said, I am definitely the prettiest person in West Virginia. And it makes me very uncomfortable.
Oh no, that's where the McElroys are from.
Are you still friends with this person?
Well, we've drifted apart.
Oh, bummer. I was gonna say we should have her on the podcast.
She did make it out of West Virginia, though.
I mean, it could be.
for her.
AJ mostly has female friends who all have the same name. So
Had a
It's
lot of
interchangeable.
Dianas in my life. It's true. Do you know any Dianas, Cody?
My wife's sister is Diana.
oh,
Okay.
You were so
introduce us.
naughty.
Oh. Why was that naughty?
I don't know. He plays D. I don't understand, AJ. Question him after this.
Got a blast.
Okay.
Honestly, gotta blast. Every time I hear it, it makes me think someone's saying they have to go to the bathroom.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Maybe that's what it is.
Instead of saying I gotta use the restroom, I'm gonna say gotta blast. I'm gonna make a really loud noise when I'm in there, like. I'm gonna do that when I use the restroom at work too.
Oh,
Yeah, because everyone likes to chat with me, so if I can scare them away while I'm using the restroom, it'll be a better place.
oh, here's a fun thing for the last thing that we have to say is Cody sent out an email today towards the end of the day
Oh my gosh.
about moving to
I'm
the new
still
building.
I'm still stressed about this, Mark.
And then he
And
said
on
he's
the
going to
same-
send out a floor plan of where everyone's going to sit. So then later on, I was like, we don't have to send that out though. Like there's no benefit to everyone knowing where they're going to sit before they get there
They're
because
just
they
gonna
don't
get
know what it
worked
looks
up.
like. They won't know where it is. They
Yeah.
won't know what it looks like. Why did they get this? Why do I not get this
Oh,
office or
gosh.
this or that? So
You
I
guys are gonna
told
have to
Cody
field so
to
many-
just blame it on me. Say I haven't finalized it. That
Hmm.
could be true.
Good.
And
My
blame it on
response-
construction because construction's not done. We got to wait till the contractor's done. You can say anything.
How about
If people are like, "Where's the floor plan? You didn't give us the floor plan."
send everybody like a shortcut to a floor plan that doesn't actually.
Yeah.
Surprise.
There's just a bunch of offices. It's just all squares. Everybody's in an office.
Mark takes it a step further and edits a special one for every employee so their name is off of it.
Yeah.
To them, they're like, why isn't my name there? Well,
This is how we're telling
You don't work here anymore.
surprise. You know you boxed up your personal stuff. Don't come back.
Yep. So that's pretty fun. That's how our week is gonna go.
I really hope that doesn't happen to either of us. I mean, it could. You know, what's the big deal?
Good luck
Unemployment's
boxing
our
up
friend
my
right
stuff.
now.
There's a lot of shit in my office.
Yeah, you got to box up your own stuff.
You've been listening to Help Desk Nightmares on the Halfway Network. Help Desk Nightmares is
gonna
created
try
by
on this
Mark
fan
E., Cody T. with Dave G. It
Except
is
AJ
edited
this
by
time.
Mark. It is produced by Mark, as
AJ.
well as our patrons Austin and Cayman. If you like the show, for others like it, check out halfwaynetwork.com. Leave us a review on iTunes so other people can find the show. Follow us on Instagram at Help Desk Nightmares. To become a patron, visit patreon.com/helpdesknightmares, or
This is the
for
end of
show
show
notes and
dance.
links, visit helpdesknightmares.com.
Cody's not dancing.
Sorry,
He was bobbing his head.
I moved too much. I made that.
I was doing a thumb dance.
Oh, nice.